I haven't had breakfast yet.
Why?
I know we're recording this in the morning, but I haven't. I've just had a very busy morning, but all good things.
Oh,
But
you
I'm
know what
looking forward,
I've
and now
been?
I feel like I should have a brunch rather than a breakfast. So
No,
that opens up the
no.
world of
Oh,
possibilities
yeah, it
of
does.
more. Yeah.
True. You could do a big breakfast if
I
you've
could
got
do a big
time.
break. I could do an egg. Oh, I might have eggs.
Yeah, do eggs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have, I really enjoyed a hard-boiled egg the other day, just in a tiny little, I
Like
know
a
you
fart
can't go
bomb.
there,
It's a fart
but
bomb.
it is a fart bomb.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. You put it in a little egg cup and then you tap it with the knife and you chop off the little top and then you
Oh,
add
like
the
a
salt and
dippy egg.
pepper. Yeah. But I just used a spoon.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Fun. I've got an unhealthy relationship with birch and muesli at the moment, so I'm making that
Oh,
a lot.
yum.
It's great. A big bowl in the fridge, then you can add fruit and like little bits.
How do you know when it's not so good? Or do you eat it so fast it doesn't matter?
Oh, yeah, the latter.
Right. Yeah,
Yep.
great. So
No
it's not
problems
like it's
here.
sitting there for 6 days and you're like, oh, is that starting to foam?
But
None of that.
none of that. It's
Okay, good.
gone. Good morning, Sally.
Good morning, Siona. How are you?
Good. We are
Good.
talking about something today
Yes.
that so many people experience,
Oh,
but we don't have the language for, and we are coining it
yep.
unicorn standards.
The unicorn standards.
Yeah. They're invisible.
Yep.
They're often impossible expectations that we place on ourselves
Yes.
to be everything, to do everything, to hold it all together, even when we're not okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep,
Unicorn
absolutely. It's
standards.
so nice to have a name to it
Mm,
because we might be able to apply that down the track when we realize, oh, hang on a second, maybe I'm putting myself under a bit too much pressure.
maybe I am.
Oh, could this be the unicorn standards
Yes.
floating to the top?
Yes.
Yep,
And what do we mean by unicorn standards? They
mm,
cannot be met.
they
These are
cannot be
standards that are not,
achievable.
yes, thank you, not achievable. They're
Yes,
not like
they
they're
don't
not real.
exist.
They
They're
don't
not real.
exist. They're not
Yep,
standards that exist. And
yes.
if people are saying that they live by these standards, liar.
Liar, you lie.
You
Oh,
lie.
but we lie to ourselves, Fiona,
We
because we
do.
see other people in our world and we say they are living to the standards that I'm expecting of myself.
Yes. Oh
I
my
should match
gosh.
them. But if we dig down a little bit, maybe we can identify them as unicorn standards. Nobody is actually doing it.
Correct. Do you have, before we get into unicorn standards, do
Oh,
you have unicorn standards, Sally?
yes. Yes, I do,
Oh.
Fiona.
Oh.
Absolutely. Because it comes from
Mhm.
that, this is what I want to do,
Yes.
so I'm going to do that without a second thought of what actually I have capacity to do or what might
Mm.
be beneficial for me to do or where maybe I should apply this thinking to what is realistic for me rather than
Yes.
what my mind wants to carry on and do anyway.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
perfect.
Do you ever feel like that?
Well, I was thinking, do I have unicorn standards? Maybe I have like what's an ordinary in real life animal? I have cow standards.
Our
Just these
standards.
very,
Right.
very average.
Good.
Look, no, that's not entirely true. I would say most of the time I have cow standards. Like this is not language that we're
That's good
endorsing,
though.
but
We can endorse that because
okay,
I
just
love cows. I
a cow
love
standard. Yeah,
cows.
cows are
Yeah.
wonderful for many reasons.
For many reasons. So I
So,
like that we use that. So a cow standard is one that is achievable, it's
yes,
reasonable,
it's
it
reasonable. It's
matches you, it matches your
yes,
capacity. And I'm not saying a cow
correct.
matches you, but this
Well, it's
standard
fine.
will be,
I said it first,
it's
so
like easily achievable, or it's no, it doesn't have to be
it's
easily
yeah,
achievable.
it's we can meet that standard. It's readily
Yeah.
available to
Yeah.
us more so than a unicorn standard, obviously, which doesn't exist.
It's appropriate. It's an
Oh, it's
appropriate standard.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I do have some unicorn standards
Yeah,
sometimes, but
you do.
mostly
I
I
was
think
going to say you do in
I do
yeah.
definitely, but
Yeah.
mostly I'm living in the cow world, I think.
Yeah,
But
but
let's talk about what,
isn't that funny? Hang on for a second, because it's funny that I'm like, but you do, don't worry, you do have some. So I want to reassure
yes.
you that don't worry, which is crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
don't worry. You still have high expectations because if
Yes.
you're only living in the cow standard world,
Yeah.
that's not
Then
enough, Siona.
exactly. Isn't that bad? And that's
Sally,
what society
I feel
tells
so
us.
judged.
Oh, it's fascinating. This is like therapy for me right now because we are
Wonderful.
exploring how I view the world and how I want
Yeah,
you to know that it's okay. I see you having unicorn standards sometimes,
you're a
which you
judgy
wear as
unicorn.
badge of honor. It's
Yeah,
crazy. So let's
crazy.
bust these myths, Fiona.
Let's bust them. What are unicorn standards? And so you
All
talked a
right.
little bit about that
Yeah.
before, but they're wonderful and they're beautiful in
Oh,
theory.
great theory.
They are admired by others.
They are.
Oh,
They
they are.
are.
They
Oh my
absolutely
gosh.
are.
Look at what she's doing. Look at what she's,
Mm,
oh, all of it. Yep.
amazing. But they are completely unrealistic to sustain.
That's right. Because it's the belief that you should be always productive, but
Mm.
also calm. It's kind of two things at once. So really, really
Yes.
productive, but also very chill about it.
Oh, yeah.
You
With
should
ease.
be successful, but also, I love this one, always readily available, always available to
Yes.
everybody. So yes, we want you
Which,
to succeed, but
yes.
also have plenty of time for everyone else in your life.
There's such a problem with that because success
Mm.
is often tied to busyness. So
Hmm.
if you're like wildly successful, which
Yeah.
in our culture means you're pretty busy
Yeah.
and you're always
Yep.
doing things,
Yep.
but you also need to be available. It
Yeah.
doesn't work. It doesn't
No.
work. Well, and it's not realistic and therefore unicorn.
Yeah, unicorn. And the other one is, yes, it's like really fine for you to be struggling because as a society, we like get that. But
Mm.
also, can you still be perfectly functioning?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's okay to
Still,
not be okay, but also you need to come to this event on Saturday.
yeah.
And can you please bring a dish and also
Yes.
drop the kids off and make sure that you're doing the
Correct.
housework?
Yes. And I think even if you are struggling, don't show anyone that.
Yeah, that's
We don't
right.
want to, oh, please, we don't want to see
We
it.
do not want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Just
like
let the fun.
fine. It's fine, but just don't show us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's that voice that says, even though this is hard, I should still be able to handle it. Just get on with it.
Yeah, get on with it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where, when you asked me before about unicorn standards, I think that's where I fall into that as well. Yes, yes, it's
Mm.
hard, but I'm still got to do it all.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still going to be the
it's an
person.
easy kind of self-talk. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I think if you're someone who's living with chronic illness
Mm.
and you're living with a range of symptoms, many
Mhm.
that we discuss on the pod, so, fatigue, pain,
Yeah.
something that's invisible,
Mm.
those standards don't soften. You don't soften them, you just
Yeah.
expect. You just actually can become harsher of yourself.
Yes, you can. Absolutely,
Yeah,
because I've got to prove myself more.
exactly.
Yeah, that invisible pressure. So if you are living in a body now that doesn't always cooperate,
Mm.
it can change the rules a lot. But we catch ourselves saying things like, I should function like I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
should
else?
I should push through
Oh,
no matter what's happening.
yep. I'm
Gosh,
just
the
going to do
amount
it
of
all by myself.
stories.
Yeah.
Yes, the amount of
Yep.
stories I hear. Like, I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not at all
No.
funny. But people will be like, "Oh, I just got discharged from hospital,
Yeah.
and then I went to the school fundraiser
Yes.
and dot 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 dot."
Yep.
Just like this
Yep.
unbelievable
Yep.
expectation of
Yep.
just continuing to do
Yes.
life and show up for other people and not take a break, not
Yes.
take any time.
And we understand
Yeah.
absolutely why that's important because you want to continue, you want to feel like you can manage it
Yeah.
all at once. But
Yep,
sometimes we
absolutely.
forget to just pause and reflect and say, hey,
Mhm.
should I change my behavior here? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I think it's a unicorn standard for all human beings, but that
Yep.
I should do it on my own. We've
Yeah.
talked about this. You are
Yep.
not this isolated person on your own,
Yep.
living life. You're not independent, not really. You
Yep.
need other people.
Yes.
I should do it all on my own is ridiculous, but we often all have felt like that at
Yep.
one point.
We
I
fall
think
for it. We
we
need to
fall for it.
reframe that. We need to
Yeah.
realize that it's really, really healthy, as you've said, to rely in part on other people and to have a
Yeah.
bit of a community feel and to be
Yep.
able to ask people for help and to offer your
Yes.
help to
Yep.
others. Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
I think when it comes to having really high standards for yourself, that I should be consistent day to day. I should be, acting in accordance to these high standards, but they should be consistent. So there's no breaks here. It's not like I can just be flat out doing well for a couple of weeks and then have a break. It's just like there's consistency means I'm doing well.
Yes, that's it. So once you are living with a chronic health condition and it is impacting on your life, because of course
Mhm.
it does, sometimes what we don't do is update the expectations that we have on
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes.
So instead, what happens is that we find ourselves, we all do this, we compare ourselves to the person we were last week when we weren't having a flare, or we
Hmm.
compare ourselves to the person 3 years ago before the diagnosis,
Hmm.
or we compare ourselves all the time to people around us. They're not navigating the same experience that we are,
Yes. Yep.
but they might be another person at your workplace, or they might be the person that lives next door. And so we are constantly comparing ourselves to them.
Yeah.
Or we also compare ourselves to versions of ourselves that might have existed pre-diagnosis, or maybe they didn't. But we're just
Mm.
thinking, wow, if this wasn't in our body, we would be achieving so much more. We would be doing, and so I'm going to
Yeah.
compare myself to that
Yeah.
unicorn person
Yes.
that I want to be that never actually existed.
Correct. And as you were saying that, I'm like,
Mm.
even for people who don't live with chronic health conditions, they're comparing anyway. They are looking at their
Oh,
expectations,
oh,
and they've set them against someone that they know.
yep.
Like I look at that mum over there and look what she can
Yeah.
do. She
Oh,
has an extra child, for example. I hear that one often from mums at school.
yep.
Like, gosh, how does she do it all? She got 4 kids. I've
Yeah.
only got two. I should
Yep.
be cruising. So
Yep.
this is a universal, a common human experience to do
Yes.
this comparison,
Yes, it
and
is.
then you come up short.
Yep. And yeah, don't get me started on social media comparisons
Oh,
because
please.
that's everywhere.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Please.
And if you're following a bunch of influencers, you will come up
Yes.
short time and time
Oh,
again. Because for the most part, I mean, there's absolutely some people out there who are
yeah. Who are
giving you
keeping
the
it real.
authentic, yeah,
Yep.
keeping
Great.
it real.
Keeping it real.
But there's many who are not.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
where do these really unrealistic standards, the unicorn standards, where do they come from? Because they don't come out of nowhere.
they do not.
They're often shaped, aren't they, by lots of things in our lives.
Correct.
Yep.
So that could be early experiences
Yep.
where achievement or coping was valued, maybe in your household.
Oh, yes. And can I
That's
say that I've spoken to a number of clients
mm,
where of course, you grow up in a household, everybody thinks this way. Like if my
yes.
parents told me to think this way, then everybody
Yeah.
does. And then
Yes.
you grow up and you realize, oh, not everybody thinks that way. So,
Correct.
often clients will have this overly productive household. Both parents are
Yes.
high achievers, everybody around them
Yeah.
is a high achiever, and
Yeah.
and that's great, that's fine. But if you are then later down the track diagnosed with a chronic health condition, the standards that you hold yourself to and the self-talk about, I'm
Yeah.
just so lazy because, my parents might have treated somebody who didn't do everything with their life as, oh, they're a
Mm.
bit of a lazy person. So
Yes.
that's the narrative that we start telling ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I guess
Mm.
that's that being in any kind of environment where struggling or finding things
Mm.
challenging wasn't validated, it wasn't
Yes.
seen, it wasn't
Yes.
understood.
Yep.
And I would say that for a lot of people,
Mm.
that's probably their experience. Because
Yeah.
if you grew up surrounded by people who were well and just
Yep.
living your life, and then that happened, and you don't have anyone who reflects your experience,
Yes. Good point.
then suddenly you're sort of feeling a bit isolated and going, well, why I can't lower my standards?
Yep. That's right. I've got to
Yeah,
meet everybody else's
yeah.
expectations. And so I've got to push
Or
through it.
yeah,
Yep.
or I've got to add to. Like
Yeah.
I've got
Big,
to
bigger
go
than.
bigger. Yeah, I've got to go.
Oh.
And then the unicorn standards are squared,
Oh,
like then
yes.
it's yeah.
Did you say the unicorn standards are squared?
Yes, I did.
Oh, there's many, many unicorns.
Yeah,
They're all
so
over the
yeah,
place.
they're
They're
everywhere.
laughing at you.
I know, my gosh, they're mocking you.
Oh, they're mocking the
Oh,
cow that's just like having
oh.
the cow standards. They're having a lovely
So
time. They're happy.
good. They're
Unicorns
happy.
are
Oh my
laughing at us.
gosh.
Oh, so there's that extra layer of you've really got to advocate for yourself
Hmm.
when you are someone living with a chronic health condition. And
Yes.
you often you get that sense that you have to prove your experience to others.
Yeah.
And so doing all of that often leads us to have that internal narrative that kind of, I really can't drop the ball now. Like
Yes.
I've really just got to, add this into my list of things to do. I've got to
Yeah.
manage it. I've got to make sure that nobody
Yeah.
can see it. I've got to make sure that I'm functioning at or greater than the
Yes.
level I was before this, and then I'll be fine. And then
Yes.
there's the unicorn just going, let's see how that works out.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So all of this is to really highlight that there's really understandable reasons why people set these standards for themselves.
Mhm.
Whether they live with chronic health conditions or not, I think most humans are guilty of setting unrealistic standards,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
it's really important that we talk about it because there's a cost of having these very high standards.
And I like the fact that you say it's obviously not just a chronic health issue.
No.
Like so many human beings fall for it, the
Mm.
setting of really high
Yeah.
standards. So
Yeah.
they've all got their own little unicorns going
Yeah.
on.
They do. They do.
Yeah,
Bigger
but
than
the
others.
cost is big. So what's the cost that we see in the general population as well as in people with chronic health condition?
Well, I do just want to say that for a lot of people, they look at having really high standards as being many things, and you touched on these, but as
Mm.
being worthy, as
Yes.
contributing, as
Yes.
being a productive member of society, all of these things. And they can often feel like you're being really resilient if you're someone who's like, these are my high
Hmm.
standards and
Yes.
I'm a resilient person. But
Yes.
over time, I
Mm.
mean, like we're talking about it all, it already feels exhausting while
Yeah.
we're talking about
Yeah.
it. So it makes sense that it would lead to burnout.
Yes. And I think there
It,
were some really great studies ages ago, probably in the early 2010s, about, is that a
it's
thing?
robust research. I
Yeah.
love that you're like, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's around there. But it was about, I think it'll make sense when I say it, it was about burnout in top level executives,
Oh, yeah.
CEOs, and how it had flipped so badly into burnout being such a well-known phenomenon that it was almost a badge of honor.
Oh,
Yeah,
like if you've earned burnout, you
exactly.
must have worked really hard.
Exactly. That it
Yes.
was like, oh wow, he was that good or she was that good that they
Yes.
burnt out. Oh well, that's it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
And so I
Yep.
think that, yeah, that's definitely one of the big, top of the list. What is the
Yes.
risk if we
Yep.
keep these unicorn standards? It's that you will really suffer
Yep.
down the track. So
Yes.
while you can start by thinking, oh, yeah, this person is so resilient, look at what they do, look at what they carry, they can do it all,
Mm.
and almost into that inspirational, like,
Yep.
and you can
Yes.
feel it too, because if you're just adding shit to your, stuff that you're dealing with, excuse my language,
Mm.
including, well, now she's got a diagnosis of a chronic health condition, but she's still doing it all.
I know.
Yeah, it's you can
Dang.
kind of feel a bit of a buzz
Mm.
for getting it all done, but
Yeah,
it's not
totally.
sustainable.
It's not sustainable, that's right. And something's got to give eventually, and it
Yeah,
will. And
yeah,
for someone who's living with a chronic health condition, we often see that play out in flares of their symptoms,
yeah, that's right.
a change in their condition.
Yep,
And we cannot look past the fact that your mental health, your emotional, the exhaustion that you can feel, like there's other parts of you that are really going to take a hit.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And these have serious consequences for
They
lots of
do.
people.
And you're right, when you say mental health, the levels of anxiety and
Mm,
symptoms of depression that can present when you are
yes.
trying to keep yourself to these unrealistic standards.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And
not going to be a fun place to be.
no, it's absolutely not. And we're talking about it. It's not easy if your identity is really
Mm,
entwined with how much you
mm,
do and your
mm.
high standards to just drop them.
Yep.
But it's very, very important to be looking at them because and I know we've said this a million different ways, but
Mm,
they're not sustainable. And
mm,
after a while, something's going to happen if you
mm.
continue to live by these very high standards.
Yep.
I thought that sounds very like doomsday, doesn't it?
Yeah. A little bit, but I think it's really important that we all step out of ourselves for a second and just
Hmm.
go, right. Like we
Yeah.
don't just have to keep going like we're on the treadmill. We can
No,
step
we
off for a
don't.
second and say, okay, I can orchestrate this a little bit better. I
Yes.
can I can have a look. I'm not saying reduce your expectations, but just have a look at them and
Yes.
let's match them with what we might consider realistic for other people in our position. It's
Yes.
the whole be your best friend. And if you were going to advise your best friend
Yeah.
what to do, would you really be saying to them, these are the expectations that you should be meeting?
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm.
And I think that if you're living in this way, you essentially become really disconnected with your own needs because
Yeah.
you're on the treadmill, like you said. And if
Yes.
you can't take that step back, you just
Yeah.
can't see what your needs are.
Yep. I think people feel like if I reduce my standards, then I'm not going to enjoy this experience as much. I'm not going to get as much done.
Mm,
So therefore, I'm not going to feel
yeah.
as successful.
Yes,
But we've got to just run some experiments and see because you might be pleasantly surprised.
we do.
Surprised. Yeah.
Yeah,
That might not be how you feel if you change things up a bit. You
correct.
might even feel better.
You might even,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So let's talk about a different way forward. Like,
Yeah.
how
Mm.
can we how can we look that unicorn in the eye?
Yeah. Well, the temptation is to say, how can I fix this unicorn? How can I fix it? But it's
Mm,
not about fixing
it's
something,
not
is it?
about that. No, it's
No.
not. And it's not like you just said, it's not about lowering the standards,
Hmm.
not
Mm.
necessarily about just giving up.
Yes, that's a big one that people have to hear. We're not saying,
Yeah.
just stop
Just,
everything in your life
yeah.
and sit on the couch and think that that's going to be best for you. We're not saying that.
No, we're not saying sloth standards.
No. Oh,
No,
nice. So
not
we've got the
like that one.
unicorn, the cow, and the sloth.
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
We're
We're
not
not saying
aiming for
sloth
sloth.
standards. Well, no, we're
No.
not aiming for sloth, but we want to make the standards human again. We want them to be
Mm.
connected to your values.
Mm.
What actually means something to you? Like what's going to add value to your life again and what's going to be achievable? so
Yep.
that you can feel proud of how you're living your life and what you are achieving, but that they fit and they're conducive to your own needs.
Yes.
And how often can we say that? We just don't because we don't take that step back.
So true.
Mm. So,
Oh,
a
a lot of reflection. Yep.
lot of
Yeah.
reflection. What are some of the shifts? Sally, what do you
Well, I
think?
think the first thing, and we bang on about it a bit, is just noticing, all the noticing.
Yeah, all the
So
step back.
noticing, yep, how you're thinking about things. And
Hmm.
if you can catch a thought as you're having it, that's always great. So we'll all have this thought, I'm sure, several times a day, maybe I should be able to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shoulds of the world. So
Yes.
when you find yourself having a should, I should be able to, or I have to, then we can just apply a gentle question, which says, who is it that's telling me that I should be able to do this?
Yes.
And who is the you in this? You should be able to do this. Well, who is the you? So, what
Yes.
identity am I referring to? Am I talking about the you prior to diagnosis? Am I talking about the you being the reflection of somebody that I'm seeing in Instagram that I want to be that person? Like
Mm.
that who is the you? Or am I talking about the you that is somebody who was diagnosed with a chronic health condition a little while ago, is having a flare up of symptoms, is feeling
Hmm.
a bit overwhelmed? If I'm talking about that you,
Mm.
then maybe I shouldn't be applying a should to that.
Yes. It's like this says who?
Says who?
This is the standard. This is the, I should be doing this. Says who?
Yeah,
Says who? Yeah.
yeah. That's a much more concise way of saying it than I did.
No, I like the way
Says
you said
who?
it.
Yeah, but that's good. It's
Yeah.
like says who. Just sit
God,
back
that's
and
like a
say,
child thing. Like, someone would say something, says who?
says who? It's great.
I know. So yes, I
It's a
think
good
that's
response.
great. And
Yeah.
then I think it's the updating your expectations, of course, to your current
Yeah.
capacity. We want to match them here.
Yep.
We want to match them to who you are as you present today,
Yeah.
not to the past self like you've talked about,
Yep.
not to someone else on Instagram,
Yep.
but just to you and how you present. I say this knowing that the way you present today may be different than the way you present last week or next week,
Yep.
last week, yeah, the week before or next week. But I guess that's that part about chronic health being dynamic and
Yeah.
also our standards needing to have an element of flexibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And as you're speaking, I'm thinking about your wonderful insight many episodes ago about my experience of FOMO, fear of missing out, yours of JOMO, joy of missing out. And I think that's really important that it's okay to try things out,
Yeah.
to say, you know what, I might skip this, see how it feels, and it might
Yeah.
actually be joyful.
I'm laughing as you're saying it because I'm
Yes.
suddenly like, I've got JOMO and I've got cow standards. I'm like this lazy cow on the couch getting joy out of missing out. Like, I'm
Oh
not
no,
really,
I find
oh,
it inspirational. And so I don't know if that's the word that anybody wants to be used, but I just think it's really
oh,
important for us to realize that that one event, like I know it was a basketball, like social activity for
yeah,
you in that
it was.
example,
Yeah.
but that one event, part of you so desperately wants to go. You want to be socially connected.
Yes.
You want to be part,
Yes.
part of it.
Mm.
But it's actually really okay to say, I'm going to skip this one and see how it feels.
Yeah.
And so I think when we're talking about unicorn expectations and unicorn standards, it's important for us to realize it's just fluid. You said it's ever
Mm.
changing.
Yeah.
And we can just go with the flow, base it on how we're feeling this week or this
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Yeah. And realize that doesn't mean I'm going to be dipping out of all of these social events for the rest of time.
No.
It's just today.
Yeah.
What are my
Correct.
expectations? Where are they realistic for today? Yeah.
Yes.
We could
I,
also separate. Sorry, did you want to add to that?
oh, I was just going to say, I think that's a much more gentle way of approaching it when you're
Okay.
just looking at today. It's not setting these new standards forevermore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just about in the moment.
Mm.
We've got to be better at separating our worth from our output.
Our worth from our output.
Mm.
Explain more, Sally.
Well, I'd love to. Thank you for asking. We've got to understand that our value, really, as human beings, our
Yes.
value as people, is not measured by how much you can do, full stop, but also it's not measured by how much you can do on your worst day.
Yes, that's
Because we
good.
have good days and bad days. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
do not hold yourself up to the standards that you have on your best ever day prior to diagnosis.
Mm.
Do not apply those standards to your worst day ever
Mm.
because there's a great way to fail. Like you're never going to
Yeah.
win that one.
No, that's right.
So stop looking at where is my output? What am I doing? All the things I'm
Yeah.
achieving. Stop looking
Yes.
at those things as the way of measuring your value.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, I'm going to think about that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm.
Can I throw in some self-compassion?
Always. You should sprinkle it
I
heavily.
should, shouldn't
Yep.
I?
Yep. Be
Let's practice
Mm.
compassionate flexibility.
Yes.
instead of the rigid standards, right?
That's right. Flexible mindset.
Flexible mindset that can even be what would be enough for today rather than
Mm.
here's my list and I have to do all of these things and then I'll feel good about myself rather than saying, oh, there's these three things. And if I can do those,
Yep.
that's enough.
And we are talking simple, like obviously it
Mm,
applies to your life and what's going on. But we will often talk to clients about those three things that it might be enough for today. It might be to drink a glass of water.
mm,
They might be to have a shower. That's
yeah.
really difficult for a lot of people. So it might
Mm,
not stretch to that. That might be to have a nice conversation with somebody either in my household or
yep.
call a friend, whatever it is.
Yep.
And those things for some people are ginormous tasks,
Yes.
but for some people, accomplishing those three things will give back a sense of, yeah, I'm meeting expectations today that are realistic to my current condition.
What more can we ask of ourselves?
That's right.
Well, I mean, we can ask plenty. That's
Yeah,
exactly what we're talking
that's the
about.
problem.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the problem. But I
Yep.
think that's a perfect, like, that's just a
Yes.
perfect response, a compassionate response to ourselves.
Yes. Yep.
So I guess in wrapping this up, what
Mm.
we're saying to everyone is
Yep.
if you've been holding yourself to unicorn standards,
Yes.
then you're probably pretty exhausted.
Yep.
And you,
Literally, that was a response.
I was like
Yep.
talking to you, Sally,
I kind of am. Yep.
and you might feel like
I'm
you're
listening to you.
constantly, okay, you might feel like you're constantly behind, Sally.
A little bit.
But, Sally, this is
Yes.
important.
Thank you.
You're trying to meet expectations that don't fit the reality of your life. They're not taking that into
Correct.
account. Okay.
You've nailed it, Fiona. You're
Okay.
such a good psychologist. You absolutely
Oh,
nailed what is going on for me right now.
well, so what I want to say to you, Sally, is that it isn't about trying harder and it isn't about doing more.
No, that's right.
Just exactly like you said before. You're
Yep.
also a wonderful psychologist. It's about meeting yourself where you actually are
Yes.
right here today, not where you think you should be.
So are you saying that I should not put the pressure on myself to do another TikTok today and get that posted?
Well, no, I actually quite like watching the TikToks.
Okay,
Carry on
okay.
doing that.
Okay, good.
But
Yep.
yes,
Fit in
less
that 20
pressure.
minutes somewhere. Yeah. But less
pressure.
pressure.
Yeah. So anyone listening, what we are saying to you is that have a look at the standards that you're setting for yourself.
Yep.
If they don't match your reality,
Yes.
I don't know, maybe look to shift them. Maybe go
Absolutely.
from the unicorn to the cow.
To the
I mean,
cow. You don't
yeah.
have to dip all the way to the sloth.
No, we're not suggesting you
We're
dip to
not
the sloth.
suggesting you throw all expectations out.
No,
We're
but the
just saying have a
cow,
good, realistic appraisal.
yes,
Yep.
correct.
And I like what you said. It's about holding yourself to a standard that meets the reality of what you are living at the moment. And that
Yes,
reality could change next week. So it's about
correct.
fluid, flexible thinking.
Oh, FF thinking. Great.
Oh, good.
Fluid flexible thinking.
FF thinking, F
Yeah.
squared. It's
F square. Brilliant. Sally, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, okay. I hadn't thought about that. Have you got something? You go.
Yes, and mine is
Okay.
so minuscule. So this is a great example of the things we can
Good.
find joy in
Yeah,
looking
we
forward
like
to.
many things. Examples are great.
I just did a Woolworths order yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
and I just chose all the most wonderful things for the pizza that I'm going to make. I mean, everyone's getting pizza, but I just chose all these great things. Like I bought lots of, like
Oh,
olives and like
yum.
obviously I'm
Oh,
vegetarian, so
sun-dried
like just
tomatoes, a bit of feta,
yes. I've just got all the things.
spinach, or
Yeah.
rocket on top of a pizza. I love those.
Oh, I didn't get rocket.
Oh, that's okay.
You've
Peppery
ruined
delight.
it.
Oh,
No, I'll
I'm
go find
sorry.
some.
I've
No, no,
ruined
no, that's
it.
fine. That's fine.
You don't have to get
Anyway,
rocket. You don't need
no,
it.
no, I do. I do because I want it on the top. Shh.
Yeah.
Don't say anything else
Oh,
that I
you're
don't
making me
have.
so hungry. Yeah, I was going
Anyway,
to say
and I'm
pesto.
really excited about it. So that is what I'm looking forward to tonight. It's happening.
Well,
Anyway.
that's very good. And you know what? You've inspired me for my thing that I'm looking forward to. As you might be aware, Siona, and everybody listening is aware that the cost of living crisis is like, wow,
Bad.
at the
Yeah.
moment. And I think we're probably safe to say that around the world, everybody's probably feeling the effects, but
Mm.
certainly here in Australia, we are. And so, what I'm looking forward to doing is revisiting an old strategy I used to use, which is menu planning.
Oh,
And I am just going to say, right, this is what we're going to have just for weeknights. I'm going to just name my 5 weeknight meals and I'm going to go shopping at Aldi because I'm sick of paying prices. This is getting political, isn't it? I'm sick of paying
mm.
prices of Coles and Safeway. So I want to
Yep.
see what the hype is about Aldi. I've only
Have
been,
you
ever
not
been,
been?
no, I have, but I've only been resistant the last 6 years. I've always done shopping online. And so
Yes.
Coles has been just super easy for me. But I'm going to do some menu planning and I'm going to buy all of that wonderful, all the ingredients for the food so that I can cut down this ridiculous
Oh my gosh.
grocery
The
bills.
grocery bills are outrageous. Can I just
How?
say, top tip, LD
Yes.
freezer,
Thank you.
all the things like
Really?
gyoza and like,
Oh,
anyway, well, there's
gyoza.
so many things.
Great.
Anyway, get on it.
Okay, thank
Great.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
So I don't know if anybody, look, let us know if anybody else is wanting to share their weekly joys, what they're looking forward to.
Yeah.
And if it has anything to do with shopping or menu planning, then come on, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let us know. All right. Thank
Good
you,
to see you,
Fiona.
Sally.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.